My name is Laura Bernardi Piovesana, also known as Chef Laura, and I'm a private chef. I do in-house private dinner and cooking classes. I like to say I'm Italian, and this is my accent, I'm not faking, as much as my food. So I do authentic Italian food. Now, how I became a chef is also interesting because, of course, I learned from mom and grandma how to cook. I used to be in a total different business. I used to be in marketing, in business for a big corporation in Milan, in Italy. And then when my husband moved to the US, of course, I followed him. I wanted to have a change of career. You know, you change your priorities. And as a businesswoman, I find out that there was a very high interest in authentic Italian food and how to make it. Something that I was given for granted, but when you move here and you do a risotto or a lasagna and people are, whoa, you know, I said, maybe there's a business for that. And so that's when 12 years ago, I founded the Italian Wooden Spoon. And so my business, I go to people's house and I do high-end dinner or family dinner, family style, can be a cooking class or can be a served at the table class. And I always like to say I don't teach, I like to say I share what I learned from my mom and grandma, and people love it. It's an easy, basic cuisine. A lot of people ask me, did your mom teach you? Actually, my mom never told me. You know, she was just doing, and I was sitting at the table, maybe doing homework, and she's doing gnocchi, and I see her. It's like learning a language. If you learn, you know, your language, your mom never say, okay, good morning, you know, and I learn English after, and you can tell. But Italian is my main language, and I learned from my mom as long as I learned to make gnocchi. So food, and I am very passionate about quality of ingredients and healthiness of the food. I use a lot of vegetables, I use a lot of fresh ingredients. I always, on my post, #real food, because for me, it's the base of a good success and good food. So Lidia Bastianic is one of my favorite. She's actually from Friuli, so very close to where I am from. And she is amazing because she combined what are, you know, the good ingredient, natural, and all the traditional recipe of Italy in what is her, you know, her show, her books. I have several books from her, so I would say her. Another one that I really like is Giada De Laurentiis, because she's another authentic Italian that bring to the American table the tradition with the real food and everything. And when I was in Galveston in Texas, when I started this business, they did an article on the local news, and they said I was the local Giada De Laurentiis, and I love it because she's also very beautiful. Okay, so they asked me to do the salad, and for me the salad, maybe it can be maybe not such a big thing to do, but for me it is, because first of all, I'm very honored to do this, and second, it gives me the possibility to bring to the plate, to the VIP dinner, a lot of traditional ingredients. So I'm gonna start with a base of fresh spinach that are super healthy, of course, but then on top, I'm gonna put pecorino cheese. Pecorino cheese that I'm gonna have imported straight from Italy. It's an aged one, so it's not the cacio. The cacio is the pecorino from Rome that we used to do cacio e pepe. This is pecorino, so it's very similar to Parmigiano Reggiano, that is probably more famous, but this is made with the sheep milk. So pecora in Italian means sheep, that's why pecorino. And I'm excited because not a lot of people had a chance to taste it. And the best combination with that are the pears. We also have a way of saying in Italy, it says, al contadino non far sapere quanto è buono il formaggio con le pere. That in English means, to the farmer, don't let him know how good is the cheese with the pear. I know it doesn't make any rhyme in English, but in Italian it is, and so it to reminds that pears and cheese, especially if it's aged, is, you know, party in the mouth. And then I'm gonna top it up with some walnut, because, you know, I like the walnut, and, you know, the dry fruit is always good to have it. And of course, we're not gonna have any ranch or Caesar kind of dressing. I'm gonna use extra virgin olive oil from Tuscany and a super good balsamic vinegar on top. So that's gonna be my salad at the dinner. Well, first of all, I'm very excited. I'm gonna work with the top local chef, and so I got to know them, and that's my first, I'm very honored to do this. And then I'm glad that the Pensacola, I moved here last year, so I just started building my business here. I'm excited. I'm gonna know a lot of foodie people. Of course, if they are at the VIP dinner, most likely they like good food and they like special food. So I'm very excited about that. I am a strongly believer of supporting the community, and this event is going to give me the possibility to do another event. I do several fundraising with my dinners because it's an easy way for me to do it, but it has a good perception among the community, and it's a good thing. In this case, in particular, I love because it supports local but through a bigger organization. I'm also part of Rotary that is kind of the same. It does local community things, but it's also support, and it has the big shoulder of a bigger organization, so we can give even more. So I can wait to see you to Wine and Food Classic, a legendary dinner from WSRE PBS. Woo! I made it.